everybody, it's Dr. Francine from the Chiropractic Center, where we really care about you and your success. And today we have Dr. Irina Chan back with us.
Hi,
And
everyone.
hi. Dr. Irina, as many of you know, is our most amazing naturopath at our office. She's brought a wealth of information and knowledge, and we're so grateful to have her. She has a special interest in integrated cancer care and gut health, and she is also an amazing acupuncturist. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback about the successes that she's had with our patients. So we thought we'd come on and share some more information about acupuncture today and some of the differences and some of the things it can help with and how it works. So welcome back, Dr. Chan.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Francine. I am super excited with today's topic because it is something that I do quite often at the clinic, and we just get a lot of questions about it as well. So hopefully we can address those questions today.
Yeah, so I'm one of the most common things that I hear patients ask me, and I'm hoping you can really clarify that for us today. Is, what is acupuncture and how does it work? That's probably the first question. And then the other question that we're going to touch on today too, which is a common one that I hear often is, what's the difference between traditional Chinese acupuncture and kind of Western acupuncture? But let's talk
Mhm.
maybe about what it is and how it works.
Okay, to start off, acupuncture is quite a well-known treatment these days where very fine needles are placed into certain areas of the body to reduce pain. It does more than that, but with most clinics, we utilize it to help reduce pain, and it does that by stimulating blood flow and circulation to that area to help facilitate repair. It helps to relax muscles in that area, especially if you have, adhesions, scar tissues. The needles help to break it down a bit further, as well as trigger points. It helps to stimulate our nerves by regulating it and calming it down. And then it also stimulates the endorphins to be released in the body, which are naturally found to reduce pain in the body. And then when it comes to the difference between traditional Chinese medicine and regular acupuncture, I use both in practice. It really depends on the person and what they're experiencing. But with traditional Chinese medicine, it's more based on the concept of qi, which is it acts like the vital force or the vital energy within the body. It is very important when it comes to keeping the body healthy and active. And we can think of qi like the water that's running down a river. When it's flowing smoothly, when it's flowing well, then the body will be healthy and balanced. And when it's the opposite and it's not flowing that well, it's going maybe in a different direction, it's something's blocking it, then that's when pain and disease happens. And so the purpose of the acupuncture needles is to encourage the better flow and the smoother flow of this qi in the body and help the body better regulate and balance itself. With medical acupuncture, it is more of a Western approach where it's based on what we know about human anatomy, human physiology. It's about how, when needles are placed into certain areas of the body, how it interacts with our nervous system, our
Mhm.
muscles, and our joints. And the purpose and goal of medical acupuncture is to reduce pain as well as improve function of the body. Whereas the purpose of traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture is more than that. It's looking into other symptoms that you're experiencing and addressing more of the underlying imbalances between the organs.
That's a mouthful. There's a
Mhm.
lot of information so maybe let's unpack that a little bit. So
Yeah.
if I understood that correctly, traditional Chinese acupuncture works more on energy flow through the body and making sure that flow is correct, that it's going the right way, that it has a smooth energy flow, and that will help to bring vitality to cells, and give them the right energy they need to be as healthy as they possibly can. Whereas medical acupuncture is looking more at specific areas and improving blood flow to those areas. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to explain. So I tried to make it as simplified as possible, but
Yeah.
that's exactly what the difference is.
Can you use them together? Could you have like a session where you're doing a little bit of traditional Chinese acupuncture and then maybe focusing on a couple of other areas more of concern that people are concerned
Mhm.
about?
Yeah,
So you can,
generally. Oh, yes. So generally, I do use a combination of both medical acupuncture and Western acupuncture. You know, if they're coming in with the specific concern of maybe knee pain, I would ask more questions about what other symptoms that are experiencing. Are they experiencing stress, digestive issues,
Mhm.
sleep issues, maybe tightness in other parts of the body, maybe nerve-related issues, and then I would come up with, a protocol that is unique to them, and it's not like every person gets the same treatment protocol and the same needles. Um, Everyone is a bit different based on their health concerns and how they're feeling.
For sure. And I mean, that makes complete sense when you think about it. If the gut is inflamed, then that's going to cause more inflammation, generalized inflammation in the body. And I kind of think of it like, if you have inflammation in the body, um, it's almost like salt kind of, you put your hand in a bucket of salt water, you're going to feel it if you have a cut. And if you don't have a cut, you're not going to feel it. So it sounds like, you're kind of dealing with it from both sides. You're helping the area, but you're also helping the body have a better I guess, gauge on what it needs to do. So that's very powerful, especially when you can combine them together, right?
Yeah, acupuncture in general is a very powerful type of treatment, and it works very well alongside, the massage and the chiropractic treatments that, someone may be also getting at the same time.
Yeah. What are some of the conditions like maybe that you see more commonly or things that you've kind of you've treated or if you helped people with?
Yeah, I spoke about this a bit earlier, where acupuncture can help with a wide range of concerns, but most commonly with pain, right? And so I see it most helpful for things like headaches or migraines, neck and shoulder tension, especially from poor posture, being on the desk all day, on the computer all day, looking down at your screens all day. I see it being helpful for sciatica, low back pain, nerve-related pain, and also sports injuries. But
Mhm.
outside of pain, I also see it very helpful for bloating, nausea, reflux, sleep concerns, stress, anxiety, and also very helpful for reproductive health. So more and more fertility clinics these days are offering acupuncture alongside their fertility treatments to improve pregnancy rates. So that's a very
That's very cool.
it is a very cool aspect of how acupuncture can help someone with hormone or fertility concerns.
And how does that really work with the nervous system? Is it kind of stimulating the nervous system or relaxing the nervous system? Is that how that kind of helps those, some of those conditions?
It does help to support the nervous system by calming it down, but it also encourages blood flow to that area as well, which helps with just the body preparing for pregnancy and preparing for implantation. It just draws more attention and blood flow and nutrients to that area, which is why it's helpful as well.
That's very, very interesting. Something that sometimes patients will mention to me is, they're a little nervous about needles and does it hurt and what does it feel like? Um, Maybe you can expand on that a little bit and how you
Mhm.
can help people overcome that because there's so many benefits. And if that's one of the things that you're fearful of, what can we do to kind of overcome that fear?
Yeah, so the needles itself are quite thin. They're very small. So generally people don't feel pain when it's inserted. They might feel a small prick when it first goes in, but then it should ease off. It shouldn't feel painful at all once it's in. Some people might feel a slight tingling or warmth sensation, and to me, that's actually a very good response. It tells me that your body is responding well to the treatment itself. If you are a bit nervous, I tend to put more calming points in first, just to help with that. But in general, acupuncture is quite calming. It's quite relaxing because it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which we know it's part of the nervous system that helps to temporarily bring down your blood pressure, your heart rate, lower your stress hormones, calm your mind, calm your body. So it is more of a relaxing experience versus a painful experience.
Yeah, it's funny because when I had one of my treatments with you, I guess maybe last month, and I actually fell asleep, and I thought I was like in my bedroom at home when I woke up, and it
Yeah.
only took a few minutes. So it was definitely a
Hmm.
very calming experience for me, despite the fact you've got needles everywhere. But somehow it's, our bodies are miraculous and amazing healers, and when you kind of can tap into that and help the body heal itself. That's really powerful. How many sessions can it take? Like if somebody's, coming for something
Hmm.
specific, um, how many sessions could it take to see results or to kind of have, experience some changes?
So I would say it depends on how severe the pain is or how long they've had the pain. But in general, people do feel a relief of symptoms either the day of or the day after their session. However, they do need a series of 6 to 8 weekly treatments or as best as they can to really see full recovery. And that's if they aren't doing the activities that aggravate the pain. If they are still continuing to do that, then it will take longer, right?
And that, I mean, that's like anything too.
Hmm.
The body can heal, but it's not going to be like you flip a switch and then all of a sudden, something that's been irritated in your body for decades is going to be able to miraculously heal all that scar tissue and reduce the inflammation in that area overnight. And I think that that's the way the body heals. So that's very powerful that it's building again on your body's own ability to self-heal and self-regulate, which is really, really amazing. Um, I guess safety, like how does that work with safety with needles and side effects and what can we expect, in terms of that?
Hmm. So when it comes to safety, as long as it's done by a registered naturopathic doctor or acupuncturist, it is completely safe. I would say most people respond quite well to it. There are
Mhm.
those who might experience some mild tenderness or soreness the day of or the day after, maybe some bruising if they're prone to bruising, and maybe some slight redness. But typically, these symptoms go away within 24 to 48 hours.
Mhm. Yeah, it's I had experience with acupuncture with you, and definitely with the needles, you could feel that warmth and the tingling
Hmm.
happening, which surprising, but still pretty amazing. And I'll share my story too. I was having some challenges with one of my ovaries, and you insert a needle. I didn't know you were doing this, and you inserted it into my leg on the opposite side. And it was a reproductive point, and I could feel it like in my ovary. It was crazy. So, the body is amazing. And I always find it, when you start to really look at stimulating your body's own ability to heal and self-regulate, that's really where you have a lot of power and strength in your cells. So acupuncture is such a wonderful way to tap into that, which I find fascinating. Um, but yeah, and in terms of cost and more information, if anybody wanted to get more information from you, how would they go about that? And what do we do from there?
So when it comes to cost, most insurance or extended health plans, if you have coverage for naturopathic medicine or naturopathic consultations, you should have coverage for acupuncture done by a naturopathic doctor. And so I would double check with, your insurance provider to see how much is covered. If you ever have any questions, maybe about acupuncture itself, if it would be helpful for you, or other health related concerns, whether that's diet, lifestyle, supplement support in conjunction with acupuncture. I'm always available for a free 15-minute discovery call, and that can be either booked through the clinic by calling us or online, right?
Yeah, and I think that's great. If anybody has any questions, I think Dr. Irina has a wealth of information in her brain, and I'm sure she could give you some gold nuggets. But yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to add about acupuncture or anything that we haven't touched on or covered today?
Maybe we can touch on a few cases
Oh, okay,
about how
sure.
acupuncture can be helpful. Um, so lately, I've been getting a lot of runners come in because it's that time of season where their training has intensified and they're getting ready for race day. And so, with more intense training and less recovery days in between their trainings, they're more prone to ankle and knee injuries, as you probably notice as well. And so, what we're doing with these types of people is to reduce the pain that they're experiencing with their longer and more faster runs. We're helping to release some of those tight muscles and trigger points in their calves, in their glutes, hamstrings. And we're trying to increase or maintain the mobility in their joints so that they can continue with their intense training and feel better prepared for their race day. Um,
That's awesome for any athlete, not just
mhm,
runners. When you're
mhm,
starting to see results like that, that they're finding improvement and it's helping them with their training, acupuncture is always wonderful. I know my daughter plays hockey in the US, and she has been getting regular acupuncture for an injury she had with her wrist. And she finds it very helpful. And she said she can feel it deep in her elbow. Um,
mhm,
and how helpful it's been for her. So
mhm.
that's wonderful. And so, other than athletes, are there any other conditions or people that you've kind of recently come across that they've noticed some improvements with what they've been experiencing?
Yeah, so when it comes to other concerns, I do see a lot of digestive concerns. And so there are, this subset of people who get a flare in their symptoms when they experience stress and anxiety. Maybe they get looser stools, more bloating, and more cramping. And so alongside what I'm helping them with their diet, nutrition, their lifestyle, and I'm adding additional supplements to support their digestive system. I find that the addition of acupuncture has been really helpful to calm down their nervous system, but also calm down the nerves that are lining their digestive tract. And then through a TCM approach or traditional Chinese medicine approach, we're kind of rebalancing the systems, the organs that are involved with what they're experiencing. And it's really helping them further reduce the bloating, the cramping, and balance their digestive system even more.
That sounds so powerful, especially when you have a very comprehensive approach like that. And you're touching on so many different areas of their
Mhm,
lifestyle and things that they can improve to help their overall health and well-being. And then you add in acupuncture. Fantastic. That's
mhm.
amazing. Well, just wanted to thank you again today for your time and helping our patients have a better understanding of acupuncture and traditional Chinese acupuncture as well. Um, Thank you so much. And, I would encourage all of our viewers, if you have any questions or any comments, we will answer them. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, we'd love to hear that as well, wouldn't we? Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for having us and thank you for joining us today.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, let your healing begin. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Um,